Kia ora, Avonside staff. I just wanted to make a quick screencast about OneNote and Teams, what they are, the different types of OneNote, and where they fit into Teams. This is particularly for people that haven't used Office 365 before, so consequently haven't used OneNote or Teams. So, what is a OneNote? It's a virtual ring binder. Basically, it's like giving the kids a digital exercise book. But the joy of it is, rather than having to collect those physical exercise books and take a pile of them home, they're on your laptop, so it makes life a lot easier. You can organise it, you can add sections, you can add pages, and yeah, make it your own. So the different types of notebook. There's two key different types. There's a OneNote notebook. That is the sort of OneNote that I create in my own OneDrive, and I can share sections or the whole thing with people. So an example of a OneNote would be my professional learning journal. So this is a OneNote. I can put pages in, I can put sections in, so you can see the sections there. I can add lots of pages, and I've got control over who I share it with, so I can share it with the person who's appraising me. Okay, the next type of OneNote is what we call a class notebook. So we often talk about 3 sections. In actual fact, it's 4. There's a welcome section and a content section. Teacher edits, everyone can see it. This is the collaboration space. Everyone can see and edit in here. So this is great for when you're doing, when the kids are doing group work. Then student sections or student notebooks. So within that big notebook, the students have a little notebook each. They can only see their own, so they'll just see a section that's headed up with their name, whereas you can see a whole list, i.e. everyone in your class. So within those student sections, students can edit and see it, and teachers can edit and see it. So an example of a class notebook is this. So this is my PED 2018 notebook. There's the welcome section, so I'd adjust that. Initially it was the course outline, then it got on to deadlines as the year went on to the final countdown. The collaboration space, where they did some collaborative work. The content library, so looking at how we were going to structure our year, the resources, so you can add whatever you want in there. And then the girls have got their own spaces, and I'm able to distribute sections into their spaces. So if I distribute a new section, it goes into all of their notebooks, and then I can distribute a page or pages from my content section, so then the girls can edit those pages. Okay, now those class notebooks, and yeah, it's the class notebooks, they sit within Teams. So Teams is a web-based app, and there's also a desktop app. What we're suggesting to you is that you use it on the web, as the desktop app is fairly memory and speed hungry. The key things that you can find on Teams are these things called channels. Basically, it's a place where people can, I guess it's like Facebook, isn't it? So you can make an announcement, people can comment on it. Teacher controls the permissions, so you could make it so it was a teacher only posting channel, or the whole class can post. There's a space where you can put files, and you can control the permissions over those so that people can view only and have to download their own copy, or that they can be live files and they can edit them. Then there's an assignments tab, so you can create an assignment, distribute an assignment. You can distribute that to the whole class, or you can distribute it to groups or individuals. And the students in turn, they submit their assignments on that assignment tab. And then of course there's a OneNote that sits within the Teams, and so that is a class notebook. So Teams is Microsoft's answer to Google Classroom. It's hopefully what is likely to be a one-stop shop, or most of a one-stop shop for students. And there's other apps and things that you can add in there, but we'll talk more about that as the year progresses. So, potential uses of a OneNote that you create in your OneDrive, and I'm just going to show you that quickly. So I'll just go to my OneDrive. I'm just shortcutting it. No, I'm not. So that was our start page. So I've just quickly leapt to my mail. Oh no, I have overridden it. Okay, so I'm in my OneDrive at the moment. And when it catches up, there we go, new. So I can set up folders, I can create online documents, Excel and PowerPoints, and there is the OneNote notebook. So that's the kind of notebook that I'm likely to have for my own professional learning and appraisal. I could create a planning notebook, which I do have, and I could also create a play pit, so somewhere that I can just practice things and play around and see what I can do with this app. A class OneNote, the type that you'd find in Teams, you'd use it for your subject classes. From this year on, we will create a team for our ARCOR, and you might have other teams that you deal with extracurricular activities. So this year we're asking all staff to create teams, even if it's only the notebook that you intend to use at this stage, because I bet you at some stage later in the year you will decide that you want to take advantage of some of these possibilities. Now, the key thing between a OneNote and a class notebook is that you can move and copy sections and pages around between the notebooks. So, and they do keep changing it. So here's a potential example. I've got that page example screencast. I've right clicked. I've got a number of different options here. We've got move or copy. Now there's this very subtle little backwards facing arrow. So at the moment I'm just within that class notebook, so I could move it somewhere within there, but then now I get a list of all of my notebooks. So say if I want to put it into Ginny's Playpit, and I want to put it into the content library and into the section called trying things out, and I want to copy it, I choose copy, or if I want to move it, obviously I choose move it. Sometimes you'll accidentally hit the wrong one, and it's particularly can be a wee bit nerve-wracking if you accidentally hit move and you've thought you've done copy, as you go, oh my gosh, where is it? Anyway, there it goes, and we will now find that in my playpit, in the contents, and the trying things out, and there it is. Alright, so hopefully that is going to allow things to become a bit clearer for you, and then of course I can help you out at any stage. Just flick me an email.